Like, you can remember how to ride a bike, not how to fucking run a desk.
It's not easy.
Two Decorators and a Microphone. The UK's first painting and decorating podcast with Trev and Ryan.
Wow.
Yeah, I
well.
with all of that.
Well, I know, because
more of an interim podcast, if anything.
You're very... I don't know what's wrong with you. I did have... Oh, hang on. I did have something... Apparently, we're coming back with the podcast.
Are we? You're the one that wanted to do this, so...
Yeah, because I keep getting messages from people. Yeah. When's the podcast coming back? When's the well, Ryan, I'll just say that you're going through a bit of a spell. A bit longer than we anticipated, to be honest. So maybe...
16th of November. Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe...
Yeah, the last time we were doing it regularly was July last year.
Exactly. So maybe now you're back. Well, not back, but now you're here. Maybe could you please...
And even then it was a bit irregular.
Exactly. So
when was the last time we were regular? Like an old man eating tins of peaches.
Dates?
Dates.
Right.
I thought it was peaches, wasn't it?
So, to answer everybody that's messaged me asking me what you're doing, why we're not doing a podcast, could you please now?
No, I've explained it before. Again, this boils down to part of the reason why I don't want to do the podcast again, is because we're just rehashing old things. So I'm now again rehashing why I don't think we should do the podcast, which is because I didn't think it was particularly original.
Yeah, but why does it matter what you think?
Why does it matter what everyone else thinks?
Don't answer a question with a question.
Why not? I think it's perfectly valid.
Well, 50% of the podcast enjoyed doing it.
Okay, well...
And now because the other 50% doesn't enjoy doing it, we've got to stop.
Get hard. It's not that I didn't enjoy doing it, I just didn't think the quality was there anymore.
But from the message I've got, people disagreed.
Okay, well, people are wrong. This again comes back to, some of the work that we put out of the yard.
Oh, God, why are we going there already?
It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It matters what I think.
So, because you think, then everybody else has got to suffer and not listen to the cold we bring out.
Where is this from?
Ryan's now... It's not... This is not very good podcasting. Ryan's now...
£300 check.
Ryan's now picking up a check I got from a customer. A check. I know. If for those of the younger listeners that don't understand what a check is... I'm just
enjoying it. There you go.
We just listened to me opening a bottle of Peroni.
Yep.
Yeah. So you don't think that our listeners deserve an explanation for your?
I think they
lackadaisical.
They had an explanation. The explanation was in a previous podcast. We said this in one of the other interim podcasts
over a year ago.
Yeah. I still
18 months, in fact.
I still hold the same opinions, mate. I felt like we were dropping in quality. We weren't being particularly original anymore, and
we were never fucking original. When were we original?
It was descending into a typical sort of breakfast or drive time radio show where we were just.
God, you're getting a bit ideas above your station.
We were just playing jingles over shit, and it just wasn't particularly funny anymore in my eyes. There was,
to be honest,
much like decorating, it moved so slow that there was shit left to talk about.
Well, the bar was never set that high. We were never. I don't know. Are you listening to something that
maybe I just hold myself to higher standards than you hold yourself to?
No, it's not that. It was just interesting. It was interesting. It was entertaining. It was good fun.
See, that's where I didn't think it was much entertaining anymore.
This is how serious I'm taking it. I've even put my phone, on Do Not Disturb.
Well done.
See, that's me taking it more seriously.
Nice.
You're not impressed?
Mm-hmm. Well done.
And we're vaping now, are we?
Yeah. I got a tweak on something, mate. You're happily slugging the beers down.
Right, so what we now this new refreshed professional.
Where's it new? It's not coming back. This is just a one-off.
Oh, mate, really?
This is like an ex-girlfriend coming back and just giving you a handy quick.
Oh, well, I'd rather she didn't come back.
No,
actually,
all right, cool. I'm going home then. I'll see you later. this was becoming a regular thing again.
No, I was just
doing one just to sort of keep you quiet for another couple of weeks.
I was just hoping that maybe you got back on here, you started to enjoy it again and think, oh yeah, there is something still there. It does sound a bit like a...
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, well, that's a bit disappointing. So
yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I didn't want to start with the intro. I thought this was just going to be a little one-off check-in with the guys. How you doing?
Well, it turns out you don't fucking care.
No, I don't really.
Ryan. So, what's been happening with to us for over a year? What's been? We're still working for.
When was the last time we put out on Podfan?
God
I assume
knows.
this is going on Spotify, yeah?
This is going on Podfan, isn't it?
Yeah, and but we put it out on Spotify.
We're not doing it on the free.
Why not?
No, they don't deserve it. This is for the dedicated listeners.
All right, fine.
Yeah, no, the free ones.
If you're still subbed, can't use this as a message to cancel your sub. We'll come back at some point, but please stop giving us money. We're not putting out anything. Just stop giving us money. Cancel your fucking sub.
No, there's still stuff out there that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully people have worked all of their way through all of these by now.
What do you mean, hopefully?
Well, there was a few on there, but there wasn't enough to last you a year.
Oh, dear, I'll tell you what, you're really selling it, Roy. Well done.
Well, what am I selling? They've already bought.
I'm just trying to tell you what we've got. Hang on, let me have a quick look. Of the subscriptions.
Going back to March, I drove my van into a BMW.
Oh, God, yeah.
Then we done weeks and weeks at this job called... maybe we shouldn't dox them. That is Podfan. Called Fox Glen.
Oh, the woman was an absolute fucking... Oh.
Yeah, Dad did not get on with that.
No.
I had to do my best to flex my customer service on that one. We spent like 3 months on and off at Fox Glen.
Did we?
Yeah.
The bloke, good as gold, lovely bloke. He had a bitch for a wife.
From May to the end of July, we were messing around at Fox Glen.
Yeah. The bloke was lovely, wasn't he?
I think they were both all right. I just think that they didn't...
I don't think she liked me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could see that.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think.
When you go there, when you're asking for a payment, and then she starts quoting your terms and conditions at you, and it was just, it was just painful.
Yeah,
just one of those where,
Harvey Jones can get fucked.
Oh, let's talk about Harvey Jones. Got back in with Harvey Jones after a year of fucking phoning up and trying to get somewhere. If you get approached by Harvey Jones, please, do what you want. It's your business, but
if you'd like, from TJ Painting and Decorating, tell them to fuck off.
I'd tell them to fuck off if I was you.
They do kitchens.
They spray their kitchens in primer, and then you have to rub them down and hand paint them because that's what the customer wants, apparently. But no. So let's tell you a story about Harvey Jones. So after a year of trying to get back in touch with their installations manager, didn't happen. So one day, I was a bit bored, went on LinkedIn, found out who their MD was, and just emailed him. And that got some results. Hello.
All right. That was me. Not being on Do Not Disturb.
Exactly. So emailed the MD, and then all of a sudden, we'll start going in motion. I got a phone call from the new installation manager. Can you meet up for a coffee and we'll have a chat? It seems a shame that you went on a training course. We invested all that money in you, and now you're not doing any work for us. So I said yes. And that was it. The work literally snowballed in, didn't it, Roy?
Yeah.
We had, first of all, we had a little, what was it called? Maintenance job. Where
just a day.
That wasn't even that, was it, really?
It was a couple of hours just doing a few touch-ins
A fitter had gone back to put in some end panels, and we had to go there and paint the end panels and just touch in some drawers that were binding. So we did that. Well, no, I said that's good. That was a £300 job for about 3 hours work, I suppose. So I took that on, and then it was, we've got this job, will you take it on? I said, well, let's just do the little one job first and see how you pay, because you weren't great payers before. Your 14 days was like 35. let's just see how it goes. Oh yeah, but we're really desperate. Could you do it? Yeah, okay. So that was about a month after, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So and then again, another phone call. Oh, can you take this on? So we booked that one in, and we had about a month's worth of work booked in for them.
Yeah, I think it was 3 because they tend to give you a week a kitchen, don't they?
Yeah. And anyway, so we said, yeah, we'll do it. I didn't really want to because I thought this is a lot of work if it all goes to... Anyway, so we did the...
The thing is, so they don't give you good rates, but...
They're all right.
They're all right, and ideally it would have been 3 weeks that you didn't have to talk to a customer, you didn't have to plan anything, you just sort of show up, do your day, go home.
And again...
Which is nice sometimes, isn't it?
And again, my one was, I don't want to really... Harvey Jones was sort of like a stepping stone to their decent customers.
Yeah, it was an in to their customers.
Really, so we thought if we got there and did a decent job, we're neat and tidy, and we might be able to pick up a few of their customers to do other jobs, which a lot of their contractors did. So, went in and did these M panels, put in my invoice for £300. Bearing in mind, Harvey Jones...
Oh, no.
Sorry.
You're missing a vital step here.
Okay, sorry.
We went there on a Friday.
Oh, yeah.
We went there on a Friday to do this job. Struggled finding the place initially.
Found it. Still on time.
On time. Spent half an hour.
In fact, we were early, weren't we?
Yeah. Spent half an hour knocking on the door.
And they had a ring doorbell.
And they had the ring. And no answer. So me and Dad went and had a cooked breakfast, and I think I went fishing.
It was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good day.
However, to be fair to I can't even remember the bloke, the installation manager. I told him, and he said, "Well, we could have booked that as like wasted time, so they would have invoiced the customer." But as I was saying, bearing in mind, Harvey Jones take 50% when they place the order of the value of the kitchen, and then another 50% when the kitchen is delivered to site. So in actual fact, they've been paid for the kitchen before it's installed.
The 26th of May.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we had the work starting from about July time, wasn't it? First week of July. So we had our 2 weeks there to get our money. So say I think I invoiced them, must have been knowing me, probably the 27th. And we were still waiting to be paid for the job for the £300 that had already been paid for when we were meant to start the first job the first week of July.
So guess what? We did not start that job the first week of July.
No, we didn't. And then we got a phone call. Are you turning up?
Are you paying us?
Yeah. Are you turning? No. Yeah. Let's. Well, you've not paid us for what we've done already. So why would we be doing more work for you when we're not paid?
Yeah. Why do you be running up even more of a bill for money that you owe us?
Yeah. So, cut a long story short, we got told that we weren't required to work for Harvey Jones. And I said, well, that's funny because we don't really want to work for you either because you're not.
We're not that. They were trying to big it up like there was some massive git for us. And no, we earn more money painting living rooms than working on your overly priced kitchens.
And I got the installation manager told me that his boss mentioned that contractors can't hold us.
Well, before you even get there.
Yeah.
So that was the first week, and we didn't show up.
Yeah.
And then we had another week with them.
Yeah.
And then we get another call. Are you coming to this one? No, we're not. You've still not paid us. It's been another 7 days.
Yeah.
There's still no money in the account.
Exactly.
So we're not going to do that one either.
And you might probably want to cancel the third one too, because we're not going to do that either.
I don't think we're going to be showing up for the third week either, because again, probably not going to pay us in time. You know, so maybe, but probably not. Probably plan for something else, and then you get told what.
That we can't have contractors holding us to ransom.
And I don't get how that makes sense, because they're the ones with our money.
Exactly.
So we're the ones being held to ransom.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah. I don't, like, they seem to think that just because they get posh kitchens in posh houses that we were going to bend over backwards to, make them happy. When really, their kitchen, that one we went and touched in for being a year old was fucking battered.
Yeah.
Like, it just wasn't fit very well. It was, doors and drawers rubbing together and just not fit particularly great.
No, it's... And so if you do get, because I know they're desperate for, funny enough, for people to fit them and also to paint them. I'd definitely think twice. I mean, yeah.
But I also remember someone in the... You enjoying being that far away from your microphone.
Yeah, I don't want it to be too loud.
Again, that's why you have the desk in front of you, so you can adjust those levels.
I know, I can't be bothered. I've had a busy day at work, right? Don't start.
You can get fucked on that.
Anyway, can you get back to the point in question?
I'm on my hands and fucking knees scrubbing these stairs down, and you're having a chat with the fucking bit of fluff, ain't you, for 45 minutes.
Oh, you timed me, did you?
Oh, yeah.
So can we get back to the Harvey Jones point, please, if you don't mind?
Someone in the WhatsApp already said that Harvey Jones can jog on as well.
Yeah,
so I think it's all, they're getting a bit of a rep for. And
it's ridiculous, really. I mean, if they're not going to pay you in 14 days, why not say 30? At least you'll know, and then pay on the 30th day.
Yeah, it's not how long they.
That's not the point.
Yeah, it's not how long we wait. It's that it's there when you say it's going to be there.
Yeah, just stick to your word. If you say it's going to be 14 days, pay on the 14th day. If it's going to be 30, then 30 and pay on the 30. If it's not difficult, and you've already been paid for the job, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah, they've already had their money for it.
So you can't blame cash flow because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. I don't understand.
No.
But for a very high-end kitchen company,
they run like shit.
They are run like they've got a bunch of clowns running them. So yeah.
So that was May. What was Anstey Road? What are we doing at Anstey Road in
Anstey
June?
Road? Oh, that was
John
spraying that. Come back from Australia.
Oh yeah, with the pink and the purple.
The pink and the purple. Yeah.
Pink and the purple.
That was just a run of the mill.
Yeah, that was a good 3 days though.
Is that what it took?
Smashed that one out.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
made good money on that one.
Yeah.
Still got paid my day rate.
God.
Then more Foxglen, bit of the yard. Then we went to Leslie's and done that, like porch with all the spindles.
Yeah.
Where we had the fucking
Special Brothers, Max and Jack.
What? Friars Oak, Muriel's, more Friars Oak.
Have you told the guys you're taking out fishing? Do they know about? Oh, excuse me. Do they know about that?
No, I don't think I have because I took that up in May.
That's what I'm saying. It's a very new hobby. So
I've started fishing, and then we were at Linnet's Way.
What?
Well, no, I mean, as the guys should know, I live stone's throw away from a carp pond.
Yeah.
Well, they call it a lake, but it isn't a fucking lake.
Is it not?
The bailiff got annoyed at me when I called it a pond. I was like, it's not really a lake, though, is it, mate? And he was like, well, it's 14 acres, so...
What constitutes a lake? What does it have to be?
Well, I don't know.
There must be a...
But then again, you know when we went out to Wagner?
Yeah.
That was a fucking lake.
Where was that? Did I miss it? Oh, yeah, that one where the hotel was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a lake.
Lake Geneva is a fucking lake.
Yeah, you couldn't see from one side to the other.
No, that's a lake.
That's a lake.
That is a lake.
Well, if you're using that as the
that's
benchmark
what I mean.
for a lake,
It's not exactly Goldsworth Park Lake isn't exactly Lake Victoria,
no,
is it?
Yeah, it's a pond.
It is a pond, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a lake.
If you can shout at someone from one side to the other,
it's not a lake.
It's not a fucking lake.
No.
It's a very big pond, but it's a pond.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, that'd be. If I had my phone turned on, I'd tell you what it was.
If it is a lake, it is the smallest lake I've ever seen. The funny thing is, there's Woking is very diverse and very multicultural, and there is a Buddhist temple in Knaphill.
Wow, we're going off on one. Go on.
And me and Bex were sat by the pond having a joint the other night, and we could hear a bit of interference there. Oh, let me adjust the cables. I think there's a mouse in the mic. So we were there having a joint, and there was all this chatter we could hear going off.
Yeah.
What is that? All this chatter going off, and we look over, and they tend to go around in orange. I don't know what they're...
Oh, yeah, I see them, yeah. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, whatever.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't particularly know, mate. I grew up in Alton. There was like 3 black people here. That's the best we had. Like, I'm not Bex. I didn't grow up in Deptford. Like,
Yeah.
and they were doing some sort of blessing. They were singing and putting things in the pond.
They have them bells. Ching, ching, yeah.
And putting things in the pond, pulling it back out, having like a little cheer, and then putting something else in. But what made me and Bex laugh was that it's a Thames Water runoff. So it's not exactly connected to nature. It's not exactly spiritual. It was built in the 70s as a runoff for Thames Water. So, you know, I don't know how, you know,
but it's how you look at it, isn't it?
Connected to their spirituality it actually is.
Maybe it's
being the piss pond of Woking, but
you don't have to tell them that, do you?
No, I mean they enjoyed it.
If it's keeping them off the streets and they're doing a good job, then
yeah, because I tell you what, mate, those gangs of fucking young Buddhists.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, mate, they're mental.
They've got a bad rep. You got to, yeah. Yeah, I thought I watched that Gone Fishing with
Bob Mortimer, Paul Whitehouse.
Nah, it wasn't Bob Mortimer yesterday.
Yeah, no, because Bob Mortimer
got shingles.
Yeah,
it was Lee Mack.
Yeah,
it was all right.
That was I was trying to remember the other day.
It was all right. Thanks, Roy. But he's into meditation.
Who?
Lee Mack.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I might take that up, but Well,
oh my fucking god! I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
One, I didn't because of that reaction from you. Why is it? Why when everybody else says, "Oh yeah, I might do," oh yeah, good, that's interesting, and all you do is take the piss? What? Why? Why is that your first reaction?
Because I'm not taking the piss. I said I'd love to see it. I would enjoy seeing that, but I think your mind is a bit too busy for that.
And that's the exact reason why I think I need to do it.
Yeah, I think it would be good for you to try, but I think it would be extremely difficult for you.
Do you think I'll get bored?
Yeah.
You got to be up 20 minutes a day. That's a long time to... I don't know anything about it. And then I thought, well, where do I go where it's fucking quiet? There's nowhere.
What the fuck are you on about?
Where can you go that's nice and peaceful? What?
The yard.
Here?
Yeah.
You get the youths going through the alleyway.
When you do... No, because hopefully by the time the youths are going through, you'd be at fucking work. What youths are going through at 5:30 in the morning when you're up and raring for the pissing day?
So do you think it depends on the time of day then?
Well, yeah, for the youths walking to school, yeah.
Oh, well,
I don't think any of them get there early.
And I wasn't talking about... I can't go to the yard.
Why not?
Because you got them fucking knife people.
But I think the entire point is that realistically, you should be able to not focus on that and still find your centre. It doesn't matter about the external distractions. That's part of the challenge.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. There's a video of a monk sat there meditating, and he's got like 6 kittens crawling around him and crawling up him and climbing over him. And he just lets them be. I think doesn't pay attention to them.
I think that's like advanced meditation.
Yeah.
Only basic
there's more than one story of a monk or some spiritual practitioner who gets to that point of Zen, that last little bit, the whole reason for their lives and all of this study and finding that.
Is that the point of meditation? I thought it was
finding that Zen place and then going, oh fuck, I've managed to make it, and then it all just fallen apart. They got all the way there, and then just at the end, they didn't just let it be. They were like, fuck, I've made it, sweet, and then it falls apart.
So what is the idea? I don't even know the idea of meditation. It's to be in the now, isn't it? That's what he said. He said it's to be now.
The point of like the old school Buddhist meditation and what New Age white people use it for,
right?
Are sort of they've devolved into 2 separate things. They split.
So tell me.
I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs. I like most things in my life, but I've got a very surface level knowledge of it.
Yeah, I think I might give that a go.
Have you seen the dudes that mummify themselves?
What?
So what they do is they spend their like teenage years and whatever into their like 20s and 30s meditating and practicing meditation and stuff.
Yeah.
And eating a really stringent sort of strict diet. And then when they decide that they're ready, what they do is eat foods that are really low in fat and I think high in protein. So like lots of nuts and berries and stuff. Well, nuts are big in fat, aren't they?
Fibre, aren't they?
Yeah, but anyway, they eat like
a diet that's
real slows down their metabolism,
right,
to the point that they are then buried alive.
What?
And then left in the ground, and they've essentially like jerkied themselves before they were buried, and then after like a year or two, they're dug back up. And if their bodies aren't rotten, it means they succeeded and moved on into the next life. Whereas if their body's rotted, it means they failed in their attempt.
What?
Yeah.
And this is a thing?
Yeah.
No. Why would you do... I suppose, yeah. I suppose it's a bit like the BNI, isn't it? It's a cult, and before you know it, you're in, and luckily I fucking escaped and got out, but before you know it...
Okay, it is Soku Shinbutsu.
Right.
Are a kind of Buddhist mummy observing asceticism to the point of death and entering mummification while alive.
Wow. And what
over and look at his 6 shades as well.
And over what period of time do they do this in? Years?
Yeah, over years.
Wow. Waste of a life.
Well, it's up to them, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, they must obviously believe in what they're doing, but to me, it sounds a bit fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Mind you, you could do that or become a painter and decorator, I suppose.
Yeah, and I mean, well, the other example to look at is that Rage Against the Machine cover of the Buddhist monk who burned himself alive.
Is that a thing?
Self-immolated.
What's the difference?
One's just a nicer word, like defenestration.
What's that mean?
Getting thrown out of a window.
What?
Defenestration.
What's the fenestrate? Is it Latin, I suppose? Go on, tell me.
Oh, no, I don't know. It's just...
Oh, for God's sake, you're full of half-staff answers today.
That is my life is half
generally
answers.
You know you've got an in-depth knowledge of some of the things you talk about.
Ice cream.
That's not me.
Okay, so fenestration is the arrangement of windows in a building.
What is it? Never knew that.
Yeah.
It's an education, isn't it? I'll tell you what, Ron, we have raised up the standard of this podcast. I know it's only one, you've told me that, and I thought we were getting back together, but we're not. I've accepted that now. But yeah.
What?
No, I just wonder what you're looking up. While you're busily flicking through your phone. I'll tell you what we've been listening to. Oh, go on, sorry.
So it was a Vietnamese dude called... I'm not going to try and pronounce that.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll play on my phone.
Do you want me to Bluetooth you?
Quảng Đức.
Tip wank? What?
Thích Quảng Đức.
That's appropriate.
Thuc Quang Duc.
Tip wank.
Vietnamese Buddhist monk. He was protesting against the persecution of Buddhists by the US-backed South Vietnamese government.
Yeah.
Bro, you know the picture. Everyone knows the picture.
Show me the picture.
But look at him. Look up close.
Oh, no, I don't want to look at that.
Look up close.
No.
Look at it. Just look at it and look at the expression on his face.
Oh, Ryan, why are you making me do that?
Because that's the whole point. That was the whole point in doing something like that.
Fucking hell, mate. What? It does look quite calm though.
But that's the whole thing. Is that that's where meditation can get you. Is you could literally be burning alive.
I don't want to go that far.
You're so you're so mindful about it that it doesn't
Yeah.
affect you. You can just
Yeah.
ignore it.
If I do take up meditation, I don't want to go that far. I don't want to be at that level.
You self-immolate yourself outside of a fucking DDC because the final match shit.
Fucking Brewers. Oh, let's talk about Brewers quickly. Getting back on track with Brewers.
Just a quick. So I don't meditate myself, but in a way, if I'm struggling to sleep and the circus is going too much, what I do
I
is
find a wank calls apps.
Yeah, but if she's asleep in bed next to me, she gets annoyed by that. Waking up with fucking sticky air, like
Especially when you wipe it in a nightie.
yeah.
Rub on her chest like Vic. I thought you had a bit of a cold. There you go. Oh dear. Anyway,
What I'll do is I like laying back in a pool. I like floating on my back. So I picture myself floating on my back going down a river. And when you're slugging that, I picture myself floating on my back going down a river, and every time I get snagged on a thought, like it just keeps cycling through my head, this thought, I picture it as a branch that's coming out over the side of the river off of the bank and hooking me and not letting me float my way down the river. So all I've got to do is unhook myself from the thought and keep picturing myself floating down the river.
oh, that's good.
Yeah. That is essential. I think it is a meditation.
Don't explain
practice.
why you're fucking late every single day of the week, but
Because I fucking hate work, I fucking hate getting out of bed, and I fucking hate waking up. There you go.
you don't hate work.
I do hate work.
You
It's
love work.
shit.
You don't. You get there. You love
It's
customers. You get
fucking
on.
dog shit.
Especially Holly.
This job is
What job?
slowly decorating.
You could be work. It could be worse.
It could be worse. Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. There's no doubt it could be worse.
So make the most of it. Settle for this
I'm trying to make the most of it, but you won't increase my fucking wages.
because you don't get to work on time. Anyway, Bruce.
Sorry. Oh yeah, I forgot about the bit where I'll go and get some paint. An hour and a half to 2 hours later, shows back up to the fucking job. Oh yeah, I had a chat with this girl. I saw some bird that I used to go to school with, and we had a chat for half an hour outside of Greg's. No, I didn't bring you a bacon roll or a coffee, because I was going to go in there and I got talking to her. Not that she's going to give us any fucking work or nothing. I just fancied a fucking chat. She herself said her mum's letting all of her properties go to fucking ruin, so...
No, but eventually she's going to take them over, isn't she?
Well, if that old fucking cunt isn't dead yet, she's not going to die in the next few years, is she?
She's 80.
Yeah, she's one of those cunts that'll fucking stick. She'll be around after you've gone.
Ryan, it doesn't hurt to have a conversation with people.
It hurts me when you're not at fucking work.
Oh,
I can be 15 minutes late, but then you spend 2.5 hours dawdling out and then 45 minutes chatting to fucking Alexandria on the job not doing anything. So is my 15 minutes a bigger problem?
Yes, it
So
is.
if I showed up on time, I could just sort of kick around and do fuck all day like you do.
don't do fuck all. Also, we haven't told you about... We've had fucking Tyler and Harley, haven't we?
Yeah.
We don't do this. Take this as a warning. We were trying to find somebody to help us. So, me being me.
Are you just spunking through all of the content, everything now?
Well, I thought so, because we're not doing another one, apparently.
I'm not saying...
Are you coming? What? I mean, we could go out for another drink and see how we get on still. I mean, there might be a spark there still.
What?
We were saying it's like an old girlfriend, so I'm just saying maybe we could have another drink and see if, there's still something there between us.
The last thing I want is a hand job from you.
Slightly inappropriate. No, listen. Right, so we had Harley. No, we got Harley. Harley.
That was where the old girlfriend analogy went.
Yeah, I know that.
Just coming back for a quickie.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's just leave that there and let's not... Right, so... We were looking, because our employment situation, believe it or not, is fucking desperate.
Yeah, turns out me doing all the fucking work doesn't work out. It's pretty challenging when everything is just left to fucking me.
It got a bit embarrassed when every Friday Ryan was crying because he had to come back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
So, we thought we'd diversify.
I've done 25 grand in sales this week. I'm not going to show up to the fucking job, though.
Well, I can't. 25 grand. I saved £375 yesterday on materials. Anyway, so we thought we'd have a new tack. We've tried Old Boys, haven't we? We had Simon.
Oh, I thought you meant you.
You and me. So I thought I'd phone around a few schools and see if they had any kids leaving in the summer. This is how far we're going. Leaving, was this May time? It was May, wasn't it? We did this.
Let me look at the diary.
Right, we'll look at the diary and tell us. So I thought I'd phone around a few schools and see if there's any kids leaving in the summer that were going to do an apprenticeship or were looking to do an apprenticeship in painting and decorating. I thought that's good. Think outside the box. Phone one school near us. They were fucking useless. The receptionist was also in charge of careers apparently and wouldn't pass on my message, even though I've phoned a few times. I think it's a bit of a joke that the receptionist is in charge of kids' futures, but that's another story altogether. However, we found another school and they were good as gold. Well, they weren't really. They were good in the fact that they found us a kid. They were bad in the fact that he turned out to be a bit of a problem.
April.
Yeah. And he was leaving school in June, wasn't
he? Yeah.
So what it was we had a lad called Tyler who, guess what? School wasn't for him. Turns out, nor was fucking work.
You love that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
You always say that one.
Do you not think it's good?
That's not some fucking Eric Idle level writing there, mate.
Who? What?
Eric Idle level writing there.
How would you? Go on then. You.
He was a little cunt. He lived just up the road from mum and dad, like
about 4 or 5 doors
on the same road, but a couple of houses up. The amount of times you'd see gathers out the front of his house.
Oh, it was fucking.
Well, used to I don't mind smoking a joint or two, obviously, but.
When it comes to the point...
Yeah, I don't come into work fucking stinking of the stuff, and I don't come into work stoned. But yeah, coming into work stinking of fucking weed when we're in some fucking posh gaff. Yeah. Like, if we were toshing out rentals or working on some fucking Taylor Wimpey site, then
exactly,
fair enough, mate.
Yeah, but...
You could probably hotbox the fucking cupboard if you wanted to. But
no
not in
offence
the
if you're working on site.
At. No, if you're working on site, you know what you're fucking up to. Let's be real.
There are decent painters working on site.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying there isn't.
They're not all hotboxing new properties.
But let's be real. They know they're on a site, especially if they're a decent decorator. They know they're on site work.
Yeah, but so was it 9 times he could have turned up for work?
Yeah,
we had him 3 days.
We had him 3 days out of the week.
So we had him for 3 weeks, and he could have turned up 9
and they
occasions.
Tried fucking telling us to have him Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like, yeah, fucking great. Let's have a real like up and down week of picking him up, then not, then picking him up, and no. So
we had him Monday. Well, we were meant to have him Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it was just so out of 9 occasions when he could have turned up from work, he turned up 4 times, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a... And then his mum would phone, and it's no, Tyler, you need to phone. You need to tell us.
He was 15.
Yeah, and that was the other case, because he wasn't an adult. Then we had all sorts of fucking safeguarding issues. He couldn't be yeah, don't do it. Take our advice, and it was just a fucking nightmare. However...
Turns out, I said to Bex the other day that I'm going to start getting a notebook just so I can tally how often it is that I'm exactly fucking right.
Yeah, but you weren't right about that. You were in on that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No, yeah, what?
You come up with the ideas sometimes, and the best I can do to stop you going into a fucking depressed Eeyore state is jump in with both feet with you.
Oh, bless, really?
Yeah, because otherwise you get all fucking mopey about it.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Oh, fine then. It's not a good idea.
I've come up with a cracking idea. Right.
So, but turns out, what I said was that we need to have patience and wait, and fate will give us someone. And then
turns out you're right.
Look who shows up. So yeah, open up my notebook, another fucking tick there for me being right all the fucking time.
Got a lad now. The only downside is he's from Portsmouth, but we're overlooking that at the moment. He's learning to drive. He's took one. Oh, pardon me. Hang on a minute.
Sorry, John.
Took one test and failed last week. However, 17, keen to learn to drive, keen to get it.
Got another test booked.
Got another test booked. So just
let's be real. Oh no, I'm not going to drop him in it. Don't worry.
Who?
Just in case Harley does end up listening.
Oh, he ain't going to pay for it, is he? He can't afford to, won't we pay him? So, yeah, the only drawback is I'll go and pick him up from the yard every day, and then one of us has to take him back.
I was going to say that the only drawback is that his missus is 16, so he can't show me pictures of her tits.
Oh, that was very, very, very fucking close, wasn't it?
Accidental nonsense.
We were accidentally pedos, nearly. We weren't.
It was close before I fucking realised. Before he started working for us, he was with Max for a week. He was labouring for a chippy on a job.
Yeah.
Then Max worked on that job. Harley didn't get on with the chippies, asked Max if he had a week or two, went to work with Max, met us, and Max didn't have much work for him, but we said...
No, Max, because, Harley worked for Max while Jack was away.
Yeah.
So...
And then we obviously have got tons of work, so we said jump in with us. But before he started working with us, we were on a job, and he came along. Jack and Max were both there, weren't they?
No, Jack was away when he was filming that Taser video.
It must have just been Jack and Max and Harley,
me and you,
and me and Dad, and we were in this kitchen on this job, and we were just taking the piss out of him, going, "Go on, then show us some pictures of your bird. Go on, show us some pictures of your bird." And he put
Max is there.
Max is egging it on, like, "Oh yeah, she's really fit. She's really fit." So like, "Oh, go on then, Harley, go on then." He pulls up his phone. He literally is just about to turn it around. I went, "Wait a second. You said she's younger than you, and you're 17. Put your fucking phone down."
Yeah.
I do not want to see that, thank you.
Yeah, it was at that moment we'd realised we'd fucked up.
Skin of our teeth avoided that one.
So, I mean, a lot of these people are in prison, you don't know. It could have been... No, they're all fucking weirdos.
I know we sometimes go a step too far, but let's not go down that road. If you've been sent to prison for it, you probably deserve to be in fucking prison.
And you don't go to prison by looking at them. I don't know. I don't know. It's a very thin end of the wedge, isn't it? That I don't want to go to. Anyway,
let's fucking turn that wedge.
Moving on.
I've
come up with a cracking idea that Ryan thinks is not very good at all.
Oh yeah, go on. What's this?
I told you yesterday.
Yeah, mate. You tell me like 8 or 9 fucking ideas every day.
Right, this one.
Let me know. Not to fucking Alexandria today when you were speaking to her for a fucking hour.
Oh, it's 45 minutes just now. Anyway, listen, if you've got any legal background, we could need some input, please.
Oh, the fraud idea.
It's not fraud.
It is.
It's not fraud. Hear me out. Right.
I suppose if you did set it up as a legit thing, but then was just everything was labelled as out of stock.
That's what I'm saying, out of stock.
Or just one in stock.
Yeah, I don't think it's fraud. Listen, right, hear me out. This is a fucking brilliant idea. It's fucking genius.
I don't think anything that has ever come out of your lips has been fucking genius.
This is genius. This is fucking genius. Right, I am pissed off, absolutely fucked off with brewers. Brewers.
Brewers can get fucked.
Use your equivalent of a decorators near you that fuck you up the arse every time you go in there. So I was in the other day. I bought a bag of Two-Pray joint and skim. Is that what they call it, right?
Yep, joint skim and fill.
Thank you. And a tub of pre-mixed fucking wood filler. Took it to the counter. Diddle-dirt, put it through. That's £47, please. Fucking excuse me? £47. So, they do this, price match. So, fucking do this fucking dance every time I go in there. Wait there. Right. Found it. Got it down from 47 to 30 fucking pound and a few pence. Every time we have this dance. So, my plan, this is the fucking genius bit. You get a website, buy a domain, decoratingsupplies.com. Probably not got it, but you know what I mean, along those lines. Then, get your bread and butter products, put them on the website at cheap prices. So you got your Supermat, Tickerilla, Benjamin Moore, Scuff X, Magic Get Scuff, and put them at a sort of like a reasonable price. Then you sell subscriptions to decorators £10, £20 a month to access your website. So when they go into Brewers, there's your website to compare the prices. Bang. But it gets better. Thought that was good. This is even better. This is the better bit. If you've got a product that you want to buy regularly, email it into me. I will take a picture off of Google. I might even go and buy a can and take a proper picture. For £5, I'll put it on the website so you can use it and get your products cheaper. Ryan said it's fraud. I'm saying if you say it's out of stock and you've got no intention of selling it, it's probably all right. If you've got a legal background, perhaps you can let me know. I have copyrighted this idea, so if anybody else sets it up, I will be coming after you.
You done?
But don't you think it's a good idea?
Oh, and then after that, you'll be fine. But Dad'll get a knock at the door. Mr. Mangan.
I did say we'd take TJ Limited before we did this, in case they did come after me, and they can't. Can't get anything else.
That's
apart
fine.
from business.
In fact,
part of the TJ Corporation.
that's what I mean. Yeah, just go incorporate it, and then you can do what the fuck you want. Amazon get away with it. Google get away with it. Nestle get away with it. Kellogg's get away with
That's
it.
what I'm saying. If it's limited,
Fuck
they can't.
'em. Yeah, let's just get go incorporate.
Just go limited.
Let's just go incorporate
What's
it and
difference-
start fucking everything up.
What's the difference between limited and incorporated then?
Get incorporate, I don't know. I just know that corporations get away with a load of shit, and I want to get away with it too. Fuck it. That's what I mean. Why are we trying? Why I've been saying this for months now. Why are we trying to be nice people? No one else fucking cares. Let's just start tearing shit up. Ruin a reputation in this town. We'll fucking move somewhere else.
We were talking about fucking finding loopholes because we about that buy to let thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I
Hang
had
on.
a good idea about that.
Right.
You know,
So should we talk about the buy to let thing first, or was it?
you know how Eccleston, what he done with F1,
Well, yeah, run us through it in case we don't know.
essentially just made it a TV spectator sport.
So was it? Is that what?
Like, that's what he done. He bought the right. He bought the TV rights and then bigged it all up and then sold it to Sky.
All right.
That was his whole thing.
Okay.
But
Was that his whole business model?
The one, pretty much.
Yeah, 'cause it was on BBC for fucking years, wasn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, it was just to make it a massive thing and then sell it on because it wasn't really on like you think of F1 in like the 70s and the 80s, like yeah, people that were into motorsports knew about it, and now that F1 the Drive to Survive is on Netflix, they got loads of new fans and stuff. It's got massive in it.
Right.
The next one is rugby. Rugby's in a really sorry state.
Yeah.
So if you could be the bloke that
Revives it.
yeah, revives it and
it was-
brings it onto TV and makes it a bit more of a
One have gone
sport.
bust, haven't they? London Irish. Or...
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, and their players are getting paid bloody pennies and stuff.
Right.
But that's the next one. If you got a couple million and the savvy to do it,
What do you know about rugby?
fuck all, it people.
I think I'll stick to my Brewers website.
Yeah, you do that. That's going to be an idea for you.
Fuckbrewers.com.
I just
So-
like to see that on their stock notes.
We're talking about loopholes because
Yep.
we were looking. Refresh my memory because I've forgotten about it. Buy to lets, wasn't it?
Yeah, people that were defaulting on their mortgage, companies came along, bought their properties to rent back to the people that were defaulting on their mortgages.
When it was deregulated, there was 1,000. What was
So
it?
no, before there was no regulation.
Right.
When it became regulated, out of the 1,000 companies that were doing it, there were 23 that complied with the regulations.
So we were just saying, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Yeah, all you got to do is find a little grey area
Yeah.
and make a load of fucking money in it.
Very quickly.
Yeah,
Get the fuck
and
out.
then jump out and find the next grey area.
But how do you have to be in that certain sector to find them, or are you just savvy?
It's probably more of a fucking networking thing in it. Some mate of yours that went to fucking Oxbridge, like knows a little bit of regulation or spoke to some.
But that's what I'm
smart
saying.
bloke
If
about
you got a few of you together that knew a little bit about different areas of everything, then you could be looking out for that.
No, we're not creating a BNI.
No. It would be BNI. But do you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is nowadays
EBNI, evil BNI.
evil. But if you just knew little loopholes where you could just, if there's enough of you knew enough about little different subjects, dive in, find a loophole, get the fuck out, make some money, and get out before it all gets legal. And But from 1,000 people to 27?
23.
23. You know, so there's 23 out of that 1,000 that were honest and doing it properly. And so why not just get a little group of you together where people are quite
because
a big group?
I don't think any of the people that I know that would be willing to join me in my little group of that have got the fucking savvy or the smarts to be doing it.
Yeah, but I don't even think you need to be smart. I think you just need to fucking see an opportunity and go for it.
Then that's where
on a very small.
That's where being smart comes in.
No, but
to see the opportunity.
But on a lot smaller scale.
Much why I don't. The same reason why I don't believe in luck or talent.
No, but listen, on a smaller scale,
okay, great, but this.
You're not even letting me fucking tell the story.
Where does this conversation lead? It leads to nowhere.
No, it does. Just shut up and listen. On a smaller scale, right?
Oh,
right, on a smaller scale. Mm-hmm. Don't fucking laugh at me. Now I'm thinking this through, I'm thinking, no, it's not really.
Go on.
On a smaller scale, I, through my DDC account, was getting those hand maskers at a fucking giveaway price. Wasn't I?
Yeah.
So, if I knew a load more people, what are you doing? I couldn't even hear it. But what I'm saying is, on a lot smaller scale, why don't we just all get a group of us, pile in, buy those hand maskers, and make a load of money and get out before DDC realise, fucking hell, TJ has bought 500 hand maskers this month. Wonder what he's doing with them. So you just got. That's it. That's the gap. Go for it.
Okay, well, you know.
I'm not. Don't. Before you say I'm not on about hand maskers, it's going to be a little bit bigger than that. So you know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you not?
Right. Well, if anyone's got an idea, you can email us. But I've forgotten the email address, and I don't even think I've got any fucking access to it anymore.
2decks@gmail.com.
Email Trevor at TJ.
No, don't.
.co.uk. .com. I think .com goes to the Hong Kong. I have unmuted. Why does that sound so shit?
I don't know.
Why?
There you go.
There we go. No, I'm talking into the actual microphone. It sounds better. I think TJ.com leads to our Singapore branch or Hong Kong branch.
Or the dark web.
Bing chilling!
I tell you,
Sha Bing chilling!
Bit racist. I tell you what we have been listening to.
That's actual Chinese.
I tell you what we have been listening to lately, thanks to Ryan's subscription to it. It's been a bit interesting, but it does fucking blow your mind. Why don't you just Bluetooth into the desk? It'd be so much better quality. Bluetooth into it. There you go.
Oh yeah, I've got a new phone, so I don't even think I
Yeah, Bluetooth into the desk. It'll just you're all about improving the quality of the podcast.
No, not this podcast. This podcast is down a deep, a deep well of poor quality already. Of this
fucking?
I am proud of like the first sort of 70 odd episodes.
Oh God.
It's John Cena.
Right, so we've been listening. We've been listening at work.
What have we been listening to? What are you on about?
Mysterious Universe.
Oh yeah.
If you want to get your mind blown,
we always talk about MU. A lot of this sorry state of a podcast is a poor imitation of Mysterious Universe.
No, it's not. Is it? Are you comparing us to that?
There is no comparison. I'm just saying that I've stolen a lot of ideas from MU.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, why they fucking hit the fan and fucking fell to the floor? Why are they not flying like theirs do?
What? Why aren't we?
Yeah.
Because it's...
I tell you what, I think you're...
How many times are we going to have this conversation?
Go on, what? It's you again.
It's easier for them to get the content than it is for us.
Why is it easier for them?
Because they can just read books that come out every week about UFOs and weird shit.
Yeah.
Nothing happens in this industry.
It does.
What was the last?
Oh.
What was the last new spray machine to come out?
I'll tell you what I was going to talk about.
What was the last new spray machine that you remember coming out?
That fucking thing I...
Oh God,
Oh.
not that. Jesus.
The
Turns out another Wild Wagner product, complete shit. Who would have thought? Who would have been able to piece that one together? Firm that pumps out shit, pumped out some more shit.
It's just newer and shiny as shit.
Yeah.
It was all right.
More plasticky shit.
Is that what is
Great.
it called? What they call it now? The FC5.
I don't fucking know.
5,000.
Fucking cunts 5,000.
What FC 5500?
Is that the new FIFA?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was all right. It's okay. No, I've got a topic of conversation.
Go on then. You have
5 minutes.
4 minutes and 10 seconds.
Why? Right.
Fucking hurry up, mate.
All right. I was talking to Mike Cupid about it, but he wasn't brave enough to.
Go on.
He wasn't brave enough to discuss it, so I think we are.
Go on. So you just name dropped him anyway. He wasn't brave enough to discuss it, but I'm going to talk about us talking about it.
It wasn't brave enough to put it on his forum, and to be fair, I wasn't brave enough to put it on mine. But anyway, the women in the painting and decorating industry. We spoke about it, didn't we?
Yeah, right. 2 experts in that fucking subject.
No, but they always whine on about...
Well, to be fair, you are a massive cunt, so you probably do have some experience.
What I'm just saying is that I think the only people with a problem with women in the decorating industry are women. I think blokes don't really give 2 fucks as long as they turn up, do a good job. But there are a few people, without naming names, should we name names? No. That have got a bit of a chip on their shoulder about, don't do that.
Why not?
Because it's disgusting.
How is it disgusting? It smells of apple and blackcurrant.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. Yeah, got a bit of a chip on their shoulder about being in the industry. Well,
Right.
maybe if it's that much of a problem, maybe don't be in the industry. That's what I'm saying. You know, I don't think blokes care.
Mate.
Do you? I don't think they care.
I wonder what kids are gonna think of the shit that I say, because I've got my hang-ups every now and then, but I think I'm a fairly progressive person. But I wonder what my thing is, that I'm gonna sound like a proper old man.
Why do I sound like an old man? What have I said wrong?
It's not necessary. I think this is where the sort of disconnect in this comes from.
Go on then.
It's not that you've necessarily said anything wrong, but it's just that your perspective of all of it is from the view of a 50-year-old man.
Right.
So you've got no relatable. There is nothing relatable to say someone like Vicky. Either pick one, Joe's or
Yeah.
yeah. There's no sort of link between you.
Yeah, but
It's extremely difficult for you to put yourself in their point of view.
No, because they've got no problem. They get on, they do their job, and they're good at it.
And I understand that, but that doesn't stop. Sometimes on site, even she has said on site sometimes all she feels is eyes on her all day.
Oh, well,
if
Vicky.
she's on a bigger site.
Yeah, I get that. I'm not on about that. Well, yeah, I suppose that is an issue. But I'm on about the other ones, like that one that when I put that post on the forum, the Facebook group about tradesmen, and then she got all up her arse about.
Yeah, and there's always going to be people on every end of the scale like that. So as much as there's her, you know, getting arsy about saying tradesmen and not tradespeople, and to anyone that's reasonable, it doesn't really fucking matter.
No, exactly.
It doesn't.
That's
matter
more that I'm on about. But then again, like you're saying, but then I think do you think that's more? I mean, once you've got daughters,
But maybe she's gone and priced up a job and done, a good price for it, and spent a lot of time sort of explaining to the customer about it. But then because the customer thinks it, like in their head it should be tradesman and she's a woman, then she doesn't get the job.
yeah.
Which is not very particularly fair.
Yeah, but then I don't know. I think women are better positioned to get work than blokes anyway.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, there is the advantages to it. I mean, you look at someone on Instagram, I think like Harry Interiors, and I think they do it in a really good way. They put a job post up once, and were like, obviously this application is open to everyone, but you see the type of company that we are and what we sell ourselves on.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'd know who we're looking for. Basically saying it's a firm full of women.
Yeah.
And that's what they sell themselves on for people that are nervous about having a bunch of strange blokes in their house.
Yeah.
So only apply if you're a woman.
Yeah.
Which I think is fair enough.
Which again, nowadays you can't say that.
No. And they didn't. They just said,
yeah,
we'll accept all applications. We'll accept them all, but, which is, I think, is fair enough.
But I know. Yeah, I mean, maybe blokes need to think a bit more. But
they definitely do.
But I've worked with women, and when I've worked with them, they've been fine.
Yeah, you don't give a toss as long as you can sling a brush. I couldn't care less.
Exactly that.
But then it's not always like that. It's the classic story of a woman going into a mechanics. And they used to be an engineer or they were a mechanic. And the person going, well, this little bit of tube here goes over to here. And then this part is the part that broke. No, yeah, I know. It's the slave cylinder.
Like, yeah, but hopefully that's dying out with...
Yeah, hopefully it is. Yeah. And I think that it's just a sort of a symptom of the way things are now. The fact that you see everyone's opinion on everything. You're not just sort of in your friend group or in your community, and you're with people that think like you. You just see every sort of opinion now.
Yeah, yeah. I think
humans by nature are defensive. So she's seen you put tradesman, and it's just chucked her on the defensive. She's ignored the bit where
there's midwives.
Yeah,
and but you think, well, just what
you were going for a roll there and only come up with one.
Don't make some of this wrong. Midwives, milkmaids. Those milkmaids, they're fucking really in demand.
Dishwash her.
Exactly what we done there. But no, I don't know. I think some are looking just for problems.
Yeah, totally. Some are looking for problems, but at the same time, there's plenty of problems to find. Something that was revealing to me was I don't have many serious conversations with my missus because I'm a tradesman and I just sort of take the piss all the time.
Not a tradesperson.
All the time. Never stops, according to her, as I've been shouted at multiple times. Why can you not just stop taking the piss all the fucking time out of everything? Sorry, love. And I think it's a valuable thing. Find a woman that you trust and you can have a legitimate, adult conversation with, and you don't think that they'd be too against the idea of you talking about this, but just ask them when the last time they were sexually assaulted was. And it won't be that long ago. It really won't.
Yeah. That's a bit dark.
No, I mean, honestly, mate, it is you'd be shocked. You'd be absolutely shocked. And I don't think it's dark, but it is just revealing as a man to actually know what women go through and like not the risk, but the risk that they feel a lot because of the experiences that they've had. And I think
that's something I've never ever thought of.
I think you don't, as a man, understand of how you come across to them. So a couple of years ago, me and her were having an argument, and we don't have a big place. It's a tiny, pissy little flat. And so our bedroom is literally like 2 foot bed and then another 2 foot. And that's about it. And she stormed off into the bedroom, and I don't get that worked up, but I got a little bit worked up, and I was like, right, let's sort this fucking out right now. So I went in there, and because there's not a lot of room to move in that room, I stood by the door. I stood in the doorway and sort of had it out with her there. And then she comes to me later and says, I was really scared. I've never hit her. She had nothing to be worried about. Yeah. I was just a little bit worked up, maybe raised my voice a little bit. I wasn't shouting and screaming, but might have got a little bit worked up about it. But it was the fact that I was stood in the door, blocking her one way out, and she knows, no matter what, I'm physically stronger than her.
Yeah.
It is not a lot it won't take a lot for me to
but you
stop her leaving.
But like you say, you didn't even give that a second
thought.
No,
I didn't even consider it. I just thought I didn't even think. But there's just not a lot of room in there, so you stand by the door because that's the only place where you can really stand in that room. But in her mind, it's holy shit, he's getting a bit aggravated. I've got no way out.
Which is going to make her worse anyway.
Yeah. And but as a man, you don't think that. Because we go around and you might get beat up, but you put up a fight.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd at least be able to handle yourself. You could hold a woman down with one hand. Most of them.
Yeah. I suppose you know.
And they know that. You might not know that, but they know that.
Yeah, they're aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you sort of get an idea of why some women are so like the one with the tradesmen and why not tradeswomen and things like that, because they go through their life fearing like that.
Yeah, I suppose.
So if they can get a bit of equality from somewhere,
they'll fight for it.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose, yeah.
Even a couple of weeks ago, Bex was out on holiday, was sat outside a bar drinking, smoking cigarettes. Someone came up and asked her for a dart, and then asked if they could have a lighter. And she was like, "Oh no, I've only got one." They squeezed her tits on the way out. Like he put his hand on her shoulder and moved his hand down and gave her tits a little squeeze.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I understand. Like most blokes listen to this and go, "Oh no, that's not me." But there is a lot of blokes out there that'll do shit like that. And think that it's okay.
In what world?
Exactly, but in their world. And the unfortunate thing is, it doesn't matter whether it's their world or whatever, they're still doing it out in public.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so if you've got a female friend or, sister or missus or something, and it isn't a nice conversation to have, and obviously find the right time and ask if they're okay talking about it, but I can guarantee you, their story won't be that old.
Fucking hell. Wow.
Yeah. It's a worthwhile conversation to have because it is revealing. It's really revealing.
I suppose, yeah. I suppose, well, I've never seen it, but you wouldn't see it, would you? Because you're out with your missus and they know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. That's not the only story I've got like that.
Well, moving on a little bit of a, well, not so much a lighter note, but if you listen to the podcast before, you'll know that Laura was in a bit of an abusive relationship with her ex-husband. Lucas is now coming up to 10.
Yeah.
And he's finally realising, well, he said it tonight, didn't he?
Yeah.
That his dad's a bit of a fucking prick.
Yeah.
He didn't say his dad was a fucking prick. He said my dad's useless.
Yeah. I think he said he's a bit of a shit dad, really.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, Lucas, he is. Unfortunately, you can't choose
10,
him.
So hopefully, for all the beatings my daughter took over the years...
There you go. That's another one.
Yeah.
She married a man and didn't even know.
Yeah.
And this is a memory I hold on to, and I'm going to tell Lucas when he's old enough to understand it. But when he was a baby, Laura asked me to go down and stay the night at their flat because she kicked Steve out, and she was worried he was going to come back and was worried about her safety and Lucas's safety.
Yeah.
And when have you ever done that? When have you ever called a mate to come round because you're worried that you're going to get beaten up?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, the bloke's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And Laura said to me the other day, he said, when he first left, that he said, I'm not going to be happy until you're homeless. And she said, he doesn't see that if he makes me homeless, he's making his son homeless too.
Yeah. He's just so self-involved.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually see that it's his fucking son that he's fucking up. And he's not a baby anymore. You can't just do what you want. He's a little person, and he's understanding that the things you're doing are affecting him.
Yeah, he's not a fucking stupid kid, is he?
No, he's really not.
He's very bright. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be too many more years before.
Yeah,
it's Mr. Steve. He's going to get what he's going to reap what he sowed.
2 minutes over time. I'm going home.
Oh God, we were just getting into a flow there of good topics.
Were we?
Good, yeah, I think we were. I thought we had valuable information there. Not at all to do with decorating, as you say, because fuck all happens in decorating.
What happens in the industry?
Are you going to find something to finish with then, or not? Are we going to try and do that or not?
I reckon we just send on that sort of sad, depressing note about the state of the world.
Exactly.
The unfortunate things that women have to go through.
Yeah, about oppressed women and fucking beating women. Yeah, sorry about that, but yeah, sometimes we can't be all fucking...
They have it, like, genuinely, they have it really fucking rough, and no one really knows about it.
I know. For all the fucking waste.
I mean, you look at who was that woman that got fucking raped and murdered by that copper?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you think about that, you think they're the one person they thought they could trust.
Yeah. And
then again, their vulnerability is taken advantage of. You can't, like, a woman out late at night now is scared to even go up to a copper.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. The
last vestige of, like, if I see a policeman, I'll be fine.
Yeah, well, fucking now they're thinking, fucking, will I be fine?
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, yeah.
I'm quite happy to walk back from the pub late at night. Not a lot of women are.
Wow. Well, we've I don't know if we've improved the podcast. We've certainly made you aware.
Topics have changed. Dulux trade.
Oh yeah. Also,
there's a funny one to end on. We thought we were sent around just UK Dulux.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We thought when we started dissing Dulux, it was the UK one that sort of realised, and UK Dulux realised, and
no.
And they sort of told everyone else in their office. But no, turns out, Asco Nobel Europe found out about our podcast and then told Dulux in the UK that we were talking shit. So we're fucking international, boys. We're international.
And you still want to stop the podcast. Yeah, just when we had international fucking coverage. Yeah. I went to Disney World in February. That was fucking amazing. Stop running. What? What are you laughing? Oh, I loved it. I'd go back.
Fucking February, wasn't it?
I know.
No, mate, I don't think you've actually come back yet. You're still in fucking holiday mode.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant. I tell you, very expensive, but fucking well worthwhile. Brilliant. What else? What else we got? We've got what?
To end on a lighter note, shall we recant a story of a shitty job?
Yeah, let's do that.
Recant?
Yeah.
Retell? Recant? Do you recant?
Recount. Revisit
a shitty story. So we were asked by a builder that we don't mind doing work for, one of the good ones.
Oh god, this is fucking dreadful.
To go and do it's a 3-bed, wasn't it? A little 3-bed house, which, to be fair, it was a tiddly one. They've put an extension on it, a little kitchen diner, but the woman wants the rest of the house done. Okay, fine. First problem is that the 3 bedrooms upstairs, one of them was empty.
Good start.
One of them had a bit of shit in, and the other one had everything fucking else in it. So what we have to do
to the point where you couldn't actually get in the fucking room.
You couldn't even open the door. So what we had to do was paint the 2 rooms, then get them to move all of the stuff out of the 3rd room into the 2 rooms to then do the 3rd room. The first thing that pissed me off, I was happy as Larry one day, singing away, radio on, maybe a little bit too loud, but having a fucking good time, enjoying myself. I was there on my own, as in Decorators on my own, but the Chippy was downstairs, and this Chippy, he's alright, but he's the grumpiest old bastard you've ever fucking met.
Do you think?
Yeah, he's fucking miserable. There is no fun in that man. I went once, I went, mate, what music do you enjoy? I don't know, ABBA? Yeah, great, fucking cheers,
Mind
mate.
you, to be fair, the bloke he has worked with for years and years and years has just died of asbestosis.
Who's that?
Paul.
Yeah, but who's the bloke?
Do you remember the bloke that you used to work with?
No.
I can't fucking remember his name, but yeah.
Silly cunt for working without asbestos without PPE, then, didn't he?
60s, 70s, didn't it? It didn't matter, did it? No one knew about it.
Didn't matter at all. Silicosis is the next one.
What's that? From where?
From silicon.
Silicon?
Yeah.
Not MDF?
No, like, but when you cut it up, grind it, like with a disc cutter and shit.
What silicon?
Like, you know, and just did like in the mixes.
What mixes?
Concrete.
Oh, that's all right. Done it
Yeah,
for me.
no, I don't know. I only done it for a few years. I'll be fine. I was young anyway. Fucking 12. If 12 years of smoking is not going to kill me, I don't think it'll
12
be a
years,
fucking,
Ryan.
Yeah.
Stop fucking smoking.
I don't think a bit of I've been smoking longer than Lucas has been alive.
It's nothing to be proud of. This sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like I said earlier,
Cool.
move the mic to your fucking mouth.
Well, no, actually, I've moved my mouth to the mic. That's much better.
Either or, as long as they meet.
That sounds, yeah. I'm liking that.
And he comes upstairs. Could you keep it down a bit? Sorry for having fun, mate. Sorry for enjoying my day at fucking work when there's no customers about. Just you miserable old fuck.
Trouble is that Paul is the builder.
Trying my best not to name him. You've named him twice.
Paul, it could be Paul anything.
Yeah.
He is the son of the builder, and the builder is the nicest.
Yeah, let's narrow it down even more. Dickhead.
What, Peter? Peter and Paul, what?
Yeah, because we've definitely not mentioned who Peter is before, as
What?
in his full name, and then you said his son.
It doesn't
People
matter.
aren't that fucking thick to put 2 and 2 together.
Why does it matter? Why can't we name? Why are we being so fucking cloak and dagger?
I just like a bit of cloak and dagger. It's fun, but fine, all right. Do you want to fucking say his middle name, date of birth, and fucking national insurance number as well? Are you there?
I don't know that, I'm afraid.
Anyway, yeah. You can,
Well,
could you mind turning that down?
That's
all right,
Paul. Cook.
whatever. So there was that. And then I got in to do the other room, plastering again because
Oh,
he's
God.
got good trades for everything, but fucking spreads. His spreads are fucking dog shit. They are the 2 mopiest fucking gormless cunts you have ever met.
And yeah, they're not very good at all.
No, they're shit.
They're not that good.
So I started downstairs. Bearing in mind, I'm on day work. I'm well laid back because it ain't my fucking money that I'm losing. So I was spraying this job out because they wanted it done quick. She was moving in on Friday.
Oh,
Righto.
God, yeah.
There was that.
She was moving in on Friday for about fucking 3 months.
Yeah. She wants to be in by Friday. And I'm like, well, Florida's not fucking down yet, so I don't know when that's happening. It was Wednesday.
And you got no windows in. You want to hurry up?
So I'm happily masking up, sort of getting ready to spray this kitchen. And then the Sparkies, these pair of cunts come in. And
They're all right.
They're all right, but they're Sparkies, so they're a pair of cunts. Fucking copper jockeys. No, we need to get to the Veluxes because they're remote open, so we need to set up the remotes. So that's me tearing off masking for 3 Veluxes, and if you spray or if you mask up, you know how much of a fucking ball ache they are to mask up. I fucking hate masking Veluxes. So took the masking down for them, and then they started tearing it off of sockets and fucking. So I need to test that, mate. I need to test the electricity to it.
Can't you
if you'd done your fucking job properly, you'd know, you fucking pair of cunts.
Can't you just go and bum each other and come back later?
Yeah, so they were doing all of that, and then... Anyway... working my way through this job where it was just every time you go in there was another fucking bit of bullshit. As in, I set up all of the sheets, cleaned everything, hoovered everything, put my sheets back down, ready for spraying, so nothing gets kicked up and nothing goes into anything. And then I go back there the next day, and the fucking grumpy cunt fucking Chippy has gone again and set his mitre saw up in the middle of my dust sheet and got fucking flooring everywhere.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said,
What's that?
mitre saw.
Oh. Not a very good impression.
What would your mitre saw be like?
Yeah.
It's a very quiet one.
Anyway, he's set up his fucking mitre saw in the middle of my dust sheet, not bothered shaking it into the middle, not bothered shaking it out,
All up the
not
wall.
bothered fucking doing anything with it apart from cutting it in, but yeah, just leaving it in the fucking middle, which was great. And then we get to our last day, the very last day we've been there. Bearing in mind,
No. Before that, there was the threshold problem, wasn't there?
Oh, fuck yeah. So I got told she was having wooden flooring
Happened?
in the kitchen diner.
That's it.
And then carpet the rest of the way. Cool. So the Chippy fucking
Put a threshold.
that's not a mitre saw.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I can't do that, can I? No. That was it. Anyway,
It sounds like a bomb and a cat.
well,
Put the
threshold
put
in.
this threshold in, but this threshold didn't match up with the flooring because this threshold was really red. So she comes in and goes, "Oh, I don't really like the colour of it." I was like, "Well, by the time we put a bit of like stain or oil on it, it'll darken up a little bit. It'll blend in fine." Oh, not sure if I like it. Right, well, it's not my fucking problem. It's your chicken.
then
But I like this flooring. Can we have it in the living room too?
and out for the hallway.
No.
Oh, was it not?
No, it was in the living room first.
Okay.
So the Chippy goes, "Yep, all right," and then puts another threshold between the hallway and the living room. And she decides, "No, I really don't like the colour of that. Can we have some white oak?" So he goes and gets 2 white oak thresholds, specifically made to fit in the thing. He fits all of the skirting, and then she goes, "Oh, I might have that flooring in the hall as well,
Cloakroom.
and the little downstairs WC." So now she's got flooring all the way through with 2 thresholds that don't need to fucking be there that she doesn't like the colour of. So we're there, we go there, we finish.
This is the last day.
Are on, and bearing in mind, there were like 2 or 3 she wants to be in by Fridays in there.
This was one of
that
them.
came and went, and this was another. We went there on a Thursday, didn't
Yeah.
we? We went there. Wants to be in there on Friday. Cool, we can do that because we've got 1 day left. It's like one wall we need to paint up, a couple of little touches up here and there. We get there early.
No, we got a
didn't
phone call, didn't we?
No, we got there early.
Oh, wait.
I thought we got there early at about like sort of 7:30.
Yeah.
We got there 7:30 ready to go. And the fucking joiner, the Chippy comes dawdling in and he goes, "Oh, good thing I've met you boys here. Hold off today." And we were like, "What? Why?" And he goes, "She doesn't like the thresholds, so I need to tear up all of the flooring to relay it without thresholds.
And the skirting.
And to tear up the flooring, he needs to tear off every single bit of fucking skirting."
And turned out, the architrave as well, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
went.
and architraves went. So all of that effort of filling, rubbing down, corking, priming, rubbing down, spraying, taping was for sweet fuck all. What it was for massive, great fucking crowbar dents in the wall that we then had to fill. Why have you taken so long on this job? Because your fucking customers are cunts.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a job that should have taken a week or 2 and turned
just
into
went on.
fucking months.
Yeah. It was not pretty.
Right, I'm going home.
Okay, well,
Cool.
you
Bye, cunts.
are we?
No, not doing it again.
What?
Not doing this podcast again.
Are you not?
No. We might do a podcast again, just not this one.
Ah, what we did there. Right. Till next time.
Or maybe fucking send us some ideas. I don't have my work Instagram anymore.
Don't know why.
Oh, I'm not logged in. I can't remember the login.
Oh, and then someone's nicked the 2 deck one.
Yeah, started selling T-shirts on it or something.
So yeah, 2decks@gmail.com, probably the best way.
I don't have access to that one anymore.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think I'm called Statistical Idiot on Instagram. Because I like that idea for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that there's now too many people, so statistically there's fucking tons of idiots everywhere.
Oh, that's what you've done there.
Yeah.
So the S&D one, is that not...
Oh, I mean, you can try, and if I log in, I'll find your messages, but don't expect me to reply, because I don't remember the login.
Don't find me on Facebook, because I've not got that.
Yeah, don't have Facebook anymore. And to be honest, I don't accept new friends on my Facebook anyway. I'm fed up of the fucking cunts that are on there now, let alone get some more on there.
So yeah, 2 decks at 1 mic at gmail.com.
You can email Ryan at snddecorating.co.uk. I've definitely got access to that email.
Have you?
Yeah. Some ideas. What do you reckon we could do? Because I just thought the concept was good. The idea was good for 2 decks, but I think it just ran out of steam. And I didn't want to be fucking season 23 of Family Guy or like
you just thought that we were just
well deep down that fucking well, and you just eventually just become a fucking satire of yourself. You become your own meme.
Well, I don't know.
I didn't like that.
We had the good, the bad, and the ugly. What?
Stop trying to make out like that was some revolutionary fucking thing.
It wasn't revolutionary, but it worked.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did it?
Do you not think it did?
Not overly.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Just
I thought it did.
Find us fucking. Tell us what to do.
I thought it worked all right. I had that actually.
Yeah, I know. Why is it so loud? Why are you still so shit on that fucking desk?
Nothing changes. Why are we listening to this?
Oh my god, it's fucking good.
You can have this.
I like this. I think it's this.
You can remix it. Oh, that's your favourite bit. Do you want me to turn up to 11?
No.
Yeah, come on, you forgot your spiel from as well.
I don't know when we'll be back. Or if we'll be back.
Yes, we will be back.
I just know where we'll be back. Should I say? Nah, just leave it on that.
What?
Where we're going to be coming back. Literally coming back.
Stop.
Huh?
What are you on about?
Well, I mean, some models going to be on OnlyFans.
Are we going to do that?
I'm doing that because I think it's a fucking hilarious idea. I think it's so fucking funny.
I think it's fucking brilliant. How do you get on there? Yeah, see? Well, it's all recorded.